Okay, I'm going to do a wee video today on the Silver War Badge. It's a very inexpensive hobby to pick these up in relation to a lot of World War I militaria. You can pick up medals for thousands of pounds, but these wee bad boys, and I just got two in the post the other day there, and I'm going to research them now live just to see what information you can get on them. And these were picked up for about £50 total, so that's about 25 quid each. Does seem like a lot, but whenever you find out the information that's retrievable from these and the history that can be received from these, and I'm not too sure what these are going to reveal today, but they are solid silver. They have an intrinsic value and also a very sentimental value to the family. Quite often you'll come across these by themselves, because whereas everybody's familiar with the military medals, after a few years a soldier's family may have gone, oh, I don't know what that is, that isn't anything to do with the army, I'll just get rid of that. But these are a badge that says why a soldier was discharged from the army. Now, sometimes they're incorrectly called wound badges. They're actually called Silver War Badges. And they were issued to a soldier who had to leave the service for one particular reason or another. And I'm going to show you today how to go about researching these and the information that can be retrieved from them. There'll be a few websites I'll be going on to today, and I'll have to give them credit. There's the Long Trail. It's a great website for World War I information, and it just gives a wee overview of the Silver War Badge, and quite readily picked up, not too expensive, and they do provide a lot of enjoyment in researching them, and I'm just going to show you how you go about doing that. Now, I do use Ancestry. Find My Past is another site that will let you research these, but on the back of them you'll see a wee number, and this is a unique number to this individual. Sometimes they are quite hard to pick out. This one here has a wee B number in front of it, and this sometimes happens. This is B254256. This one here, also stamped individually, 363381. Now, this isn't their service number, this is a badge number, and you have to go into one of these sites such as Ancestry or Find My Past, and you can retrieve a lot of information from that. Okay, so let's see how we do with these boys, and I'll quickly see how it goes. Okay, I have an account with Ancestry, and it fills many hours. So all you do is UK Silver War Badges, Ancestry. Click on. Now I'm already logged on to Ancestry, so it'll come straight up onto the particular page, and let's go for the one that has no number or no letter first. It is, you can either put in, if you have a name, stuff like that, that's dead on, but quite often these turn up singly, and the only way you can find out who it is by popping the number in. So let's do this one first, which is 363381. And let's see which soldier received this war badge. Okay, this fella is called John Waters. He was in the Royal Defence Corps. Okay, I'll click onto that and see what it says. John Waters, Private, Royal Defence Corps. Discharge unit was London, 15th Battalion. Okay, that's fine. Gives me a bit of an overview on that fella. Let's see what the other one's going to give me. Go back a couple of pages then. And this is the first of the wee things that can throw you sometimes. This has got a letter in front of it. I don't know if you can see that, B. Now sometimes you can be lucky and just type in B. However, there is a wee trick. Should that not work? Well, we'll see if it works in a minute, but we'll just show you the wee trick first of all. You go onto the star button, that's the one above number 8, and then you type a number in. 2, 5, 4, 2, 5, 6. Search. That gives us up a couple of names. One is a Walter Teare, 254256, artillery, with his regimental number there. And this one underneath is 254256, so you can see a totally different person, and that one letter makes all the difference. See that wee number there? Makes all the difference to who that is, so it must correspond exactly, or you could pick the wrong one out. Now sometimes, I'll go back one just to show you what happens. Sometimes this does work. I should have tried it first to see if it does or not, but sometimes if you put the B in there and put the number, it doesn't always work. Now it probably will this time, just to do me, but now let's just see what happens. No, it's coming up the same. That's okay, that's fine, there's no problem. But should you find that if you put the number in first and then it doesn't come up, try using that wee trick with the star key that's above the number 8, and very often that will work. So let's see this fella here then, Walter Teare. We'll view the record and we'll see if we can find out some information on him. Walter Teare. Okay, so that Teare, that's a funny spelling name, so it might be easier to trace. Corporal. Regimental number there, artillery, 298, Brigade, Royal Field Artillery. And that tells us a wee bit about that fella. So I'm going to scribble a few things down. I'm going to write his number down. The service number was 826647, Corporal. Dead on, that's fine. Now you can be very, very lucky, and you can just hit Walter Teare, and it may come straight up. Let's give it a go. Walter Teare. This is just a general search through all the World War I collections with a Walter Teare. Now it won't just be one or two, and in this instance 222 of them come up. So we'll have a quick scan just to see if anything jumps out at me. Okay, Walter Teare, Walter Teare, Walter Teare. Quite a few of them. Yep. Oh well, no, it changes. Look, it changes to Tear. So really, there's not that many Teares. So let's just plop straight on to one and see if that's it. That's Walter E. We'll not do that one just yet. Go for Royal Field Artillery. Could be him, even though the service number is different, because quite often soldiers will have more than one number, and this boy's a corporal, so there's a good chance that could be this fella. Okay, well, we could do it that way, or we'll just go into another way of doing this. So you can go to search, military, scroll down, look for the metal index cards, and there's very few entries here, but we needed to have this so we could get the regimental number. So we needed to go into the Silver War Badge rule first of all, and we do have this fella's service number, and it's 826647. Okay, this is all part of the fun. Doesn't always work. Let's go back. Put in Walter Teare. See what happens with that, because it was quite an uncommon name. Royal Field Artillery. There we go. That's our fella. And he did have two service numbers, and in fact that just shows you how figures can be slightly wrong. If you remember, it was 826647 in reality, but it's 836647. So these things do happen. Let's click onto his metal index card, have a wee view of it. We'll write a couple of things down here. We'll scroll down and see what this is going to give us. Scroll this up a bit so we can see. And he has two service numbers, TF, Territorial Force, I guess, 836647, and also a service number of 133160. And he does this confirmation down here that it was a Silver Badge, Silver War Badge. You do notice there that the numbers don't always correspond, which is fine. And we'll go back and do a bit more research in this chap. Now, there's different things we can find out about him. We can be very, very lucky. And in fact, let's just do that. Let's hit Walter Teare again in the World War I collections. There is different collections that can come up. We can be lucky and get service award, service records. We can get pension records. Sad thing is, about 80% of them are burnt in the Second World War in the Blitz, which is very, very sad. However, maybe 15% of them remain, so you can be lucky, and that can increase the value of your badge, should you get that. And there is one coming up there actually, Silver Service Record. Let's click on that. Let's fingers crossed with this one. Yeah, this is actually our man, believe it or not, Walter Teare, and we found out a bit more about him there. Let's write that down. He's born in 1891. He's from Birmingham. He's also married. There we go. He got married in 1918. And the more things you can write down, the easier for the next search, if you know what I mean. So we got married in 1918. 1915. And he's married at that point. So let's click on here and see what the condition. These service records. Here you see this. See this black? These were all retrieved after the Blitz. So this is all burn damage, believe it or not. So even though I've clicked into the first page, it sometimes pays to go back a couple of pages. No, that's okay, no, that's fine. So it's a new soldier's record. We have not too much in that one, but it's confirmation of who we have. Walter Teare, there's a service number. Let's see, if we're lucky we'll find out how he was awarded his war badge. Can't quite make that right. Mona Teare. Well, that's his sister. Mona. Write that down. Might need that later. Got his address there. Not very clear. Might find that later. What else have we got? Well, that was a badly burnt bit. That's not much use to us. Well, this looks alright. What's this? Christian name of woman who married. Okay, so we've got. There we are. He married Fanny Clark, 14th of October 1918. Very good. Another page across here. Let's see what's happened. Sometimes it takes a second or two to load up. Do not worry too much. Give it another wee click. Oh, she's given up on me. She's not moving. I'll go back a page. Go forward again. Let's see. There we go. No, I'm not working again. That's fine. What have we got on this one? Now attestation page. You can spend hours at this once you start, and I know rightly I can get into this fella now, going by the information we could be able to pick him up in the census, I think, quite easily. We can find out where he lived, who his parents were. We can almost build up a bit of a life story. And this is the great thing about these badges. You know, there was, how long are we in? My goodness, that's 15 minutes. Just gone, just like that. And already I know he was in artillery. He was married. I know his wife's name. I know his sister's name. Don't know yet where he served, but it'll be here. I'm pretty sure it will be. Badly burnt page there. I don't want to spend too long on this because you'll all fall off sleeping. So I scalp through this and see if I can find anything interesting. Not that this isn't interesting. You can see the burn damage. That was all. Everything has a history to it. Even though these pages are destroyed, that's another story. It's a story of the Blitz in London and what the Londoners had to go through in the Second World War. Not reading too much here. Where are we? What's it say there? Oh, wind. Oh, okay. Gunshot wound. You have to read on your side here. Gunshot wound. Right thigh. Gunshot wound. Can't read that too well. Fractured. Can't read that. Of thigh. Can't read that. I'll come back to it. But there we go. Gunshot wound. Right thigh. And we've got the date as well. 12th of August 17. So then, see all these wee bits of information you can gather. You can then look up what happened. My goodness, what happened on the 12th of August 1917. What battle was happening then? So you can just see how little snippets of information before you know it. I would say this value, I've paid what, £25 for that. Once you do a wee bit of research, my goodness, you could get £35 for that, no problem at all. And if you don't get all this information, because quite often you don't, that other one there, we might get nothing on him, it's still worth money. We'll get some information on him. Walter Teare, Birmingham still. He was promoted, okay, so he could come in as a private, there we go, that's nice to know. Promoted corporal, April 7th of April 1917 he got promoted. And looking back on when he was wounded there, I scribbled down the 12th of the 8th, so within 4 months Walter got a gunshot wound. Let's see what else we've got here. It's a considerable number of pages actually. Chelsea, we went to Chelsea. Oh my goodness, right, okay. Oh, no, documents to Chelsea. Right, okay. I scalped through that quite quick because there's 18 minutes up already. We could look up a few other wee things very quickly. Let's go back to Walter Teare. We'll look at it very quickly and then we may have to do a part 2 on this boy. That'll be quite nice. Walter Teare. Let's search for it. Metal Rolls, Castletown. Service records, that's our fellow there, so let's click onto that one again. And we'll try and see if we can click onto that. See what comes up. Medal Award Rolls. Silver War Badge. Is that the one I looked at? No, it's a different one. That boy's in the Royal Army Medical Corps. That's our fella there. So we can actually look into these war badge records itself, and then we'll stop, I think, because that's enough for this one. But this lets you see how very, very quickly you can gather information on this chap. Walter Teare, Corporal. 298 Brigade. There's his number, badge number, sorry. He enlisted on the 6th of April 16. He was discharged on the 17th of February 19. Wounds. So this wound was the reasons for his discharge in February 17 or February 19. Now we know looking back, he got the gunshot wound in August 17. So this wound was the reason for his discharge. All very interesting stuff that I am going to do a part 2 on now. I didn't actually expect to get all that. I was actually really lucky. This won't happen every time. Quite often you won't. You'll get the wound, you'll get this page, the reason for the discharge, and you get as an enlistment and discharge date. So you will still be getting a lot of information just from these 4 numbers. Anyway, that was quite interesting. I'm going to